Awesome. Aloha, everybody. Welcome to today's very special fitness challenge and healthy athlete, strong minds screening. We are actually doing a whole healthy athlete screening today. And so today's Hollowman Hold Challenge is brought to us by our Holiday Fitness Classic sponsors, Nordstrom and Servco Pacific. And we want to give a big mahalo to them. They're really doing a lot to help us out, help keep all of these virtual programs running, and to help keep all of you athletes healthy and fit during this whole pandemic thing. Now we're going to start things off with a brief demo of what a Hollowman hold is, which I'll show you here.
The Hollowman hold is a really interesting exercise that helps build up your core as well as your secondary muscles throughout your shoulders and your glutes. In order to do a Hollowman hold, you'll need a little bit more space than usual because it's going to require lying down on the ground. So after you've found your space, be sure that you get down and set on something comfortable that you can lie on. You want to start on your back, then raise up your arms and your legs, and you just want to hold this position. Now, for those of you that can effectively hold this position, you can transition to a more advanced version of the Hollowman hold and put your arms behind your head, making a really wide dip or a V shape with your body. That's it.
Awesome. Now, let's all get ready to warm up. Be sure that you have space to do this challenge. It's going to require a little bit of floor space. So find your place, get ready, and let's warm up.
Okay, so now let's get warmed up for our fitness challenge. First thing are our washing machines. Put your arms out in front of your body and we're going to twist side to side 10 times. And we're going to bring our shoulders perpendicular to our hips. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. All right, next, windmills. We'll stretch out our shoulder joint, and what we're going to do is be bringing our arms all the way up and back and being sure that our elbows reach our ears. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to want to do this 10 times. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Now the other arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Next, we're going to do our lower body. So we're going to do flamingos, and we're going to want to bring our knees up and hold them one at a time while balancing on the other leg. This will stretch out kind of the back part of our butts. So bring your knee up and balance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome job. Now we're going to do the other side. Bring your knee up and then balance. And it might be hard, but try to keep it if you can. And if you can't, you're going to want to find a wall or something that you can lean on to help prop yourself up with one of your arms, all right? So bring your knee up and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome job. Next, we're going to do kind of the same thing, but by bringing our feet back and balancing. So grab your ankle and then balance and hold. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you should really feel this through the front of your leg. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome job. Now let's switch and do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right. Now we're kind of all limbered up, and let's get into our fitness challenge.
Fantastic. Okay, hopefully we're ready for this. I would like all of you, please, to double check and be sure that your camera is facing in a direction and angled so that we can actually see you, so we can be sure you're doing the exercise, you're doing the challenge, and you can get your challenge star at the end of this, right? Now, as usual, I'll give you a 5-second countdown to start. Then we're going to run the challenge for 30 seconds, and you're going to try to hold this Hollowman hold for the entire 30 seconds. And then I'll give you a 5-second warning as we count down to finish. And we're going to do this 3 different times. We're going to have breaks in between each one to give us a chance to catch our breath and get ready for the next one. Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Awesome. Great job, Ian. That's a great hold. Sweet. Thumbs up. Throw me your shakas if you can. Woo! Great job, Ryan. Be sure you're getting those legs up. Good job, everybody. Yes, perfect Hollowman hold. Okay, and we're getting ready to end in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Awesome. Everybody take a break, grab some rest. We'll catch our breaths a little bit before we start the next round. Hopefully y'all are all enjoying that. How many of you were able to hold for the entire time? Hands up. Awesome. All right. Now, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Great job, Gilbert. That's a good hold. You're getting your arms and your legs off the ground. Way to go. Awesome. Great job, Peter. Nailing it. Good job, everybody. Hey, Nicole, try and lift up off the ground even more. You're doing such a great job. Perfect. Yes. Awesome. I am loving this form. Y'all are doing a phenomenal job. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Great job, everybody. For this last one, let's try to make these as absolutely perfect as we can and even add maybe a bit more difficulty. Let's try to be sure that we lift up our shoulder blades off the ground too. That's this upper part of our back. Let's try to keep the whole thing off the ground, right? Okay, get ready, and we're going to start our next one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Woo, get it? That's a perfect Hollowman, Nicole. Great job. Throw me your shakas. Yeah, good job. Really engaging that core. Great job, Renee. Really developing your core strength there. Awesome, awesome. Seeing lots of improvement in all of you. Keep holding them as long as you can. We're going to push through. I'm even going to make this round last just a little bit longer if you can. Let's see how long we can go. Okay. All right. Really pushing through on the challenge part of the fitness challenge. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Awesome. All of y'all did a phenomenal job. I am really impressed with the improvement I'm seeing in your strength across the board in all of our challenges. Y'all are all doing a great, great, great job. As always, you can check the SOHI website or the Stay Fit Facebook group to make sure you got your challenge star. We all know that's part of the reason we come, right? And now we are going to briefly switch gears and get ready for our virtual Strong Minds with very special guest, our clinical director for Strong Minds, Dr. Sue. She's going to run us through a really nice talk about how we can help stay mentally healthy and increase our general well-being, right? But before we start, we are going to want to run through a little pre-survey if we can. So what's going to happen is there's a link that Diana has just put into the chat box. And if you can, you don't have to, but I really, really would greatly enjoy it and love if you could please click this link and start going through this survey along with me. And so we're going to show it on the screen here. And what's going to happen is we will pull up this survey, and if you click the link in the chat box, it will pull it up on your device. If you're on a computer, it may take up the full screen, and you can actually make it a little bit smaller by going up to the corner and pressing the button next to the close X in either the very, very top right-hand corner or of a computer if you're using Windows, or the very, very top left-hand corner if you're using a Mac. So now we are going to start and look at this survey. So if you have pulled up this survey, the first question is asking your name. So go ahead and type in your name. We'll put in mine here, which is Walker. Awesome. And the second question will ask your last name. I'll throw in mine, Rousey. And we're actually going to skip the third one, all right? So we're going to skip the date of birth question and go all the way to the gender question. And for me, I am male. So I'm just going to put male down, right? If you are female, go ahead and check the female box. Then for the Special Olympics program question, which is next, go ahead and type in Hawaii. That's Hawaii. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you all so much for doing this. We're going to push on. And now this is just asking how you feel right now. If you're feeling pretty great after doing those fitness challenges, go ahead and click great. If you've had kind of a down week, or you're feeling a little bit down because of the rain that's been happening, or maybe the holidays, you can put that you're just doing okay or not good. Or even if you have no idea, you can click the I don't know box. As long as you put something, right? I'm feeling pretty good. I'm going to put the good. Next, you are going to jump down a little bit, and it's going to ask you some questions about how you've been doing over the last little bit of time. So this one is asking, over the last 2 weeks, how have you been doing, right? And if you are feeling less interested, or maybe another way that this could be thought of is if you're feeling kind of sort of depressed, right? So over the 2 weeks, if you felt a little less interested in stuff, you can put that it happens some days, a lot of the days, oops, nearly every day, or none of the days. If you're feeling pretty great all the time over the last 2 weeks, go ahead and put none of the days. That's okay. For me, I was pretty great over the last few weeks, so I'm going to put no days. Yes, Rachel, did you have a question? Let me see if I can unmute you briefly. Oops.
Hello.
Yes, Rachel?
What did I put for the Special Olympics program?
Hawaii.
Okay.
Just write in Hawaii.
Okay, and you know that birthday? How did I enter that?
You can just leave that alone. Don't put it in at all.
Don't put our birthday in there?
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
thank you. Awesome. Now, for the next question, in the last 2 weeks, have you felt sad? And if you haven't felt sad, go ahead and click no days. But if you felt sad, just put in whichever answer best relates to you. Some days, a lot of days, nearly every day. This is about you, and we want to know how you feel. And then the last question of this section, it's asking, have you been feeling worried at all? So have you been feeling anxious? Have you been thinking a bit too much about something, or been just stressed out over something, right? So again, if you haven't, put no days. If you have, put some days, or a lot of the days, or nearly every day. Remember, this is about you, and the answer is depending on how you felt. Awesome. And we're gonna put some days. Cool. And then, what do you do to relax? This is just asking a personal question. So you're gonna click on this, and as you can see, a drop-down menu is going to pop up, and you just choose whichever one of these best applies to you, whichever one you use to help relax and calm down. Me, I like to listen to music. You can click as many of these that you like, as many as apply to you. You can choose all of them, you can choose none of them. It's all up to you. Awesome. Ooh, our little computer helper here is doing a great job choosing all the things that I love to do. Next, this question is asking, have you heard of Strong Minds? And if you remember, if you've ever competed in one of our state games, we've had our healthy athlete events, right? And this is what it's talking about. Have you ever been through any of those healthy athlete screenings? Have you ever been through our healthy athlete village at our state games? And so, yes, if you have and you have been through one, that's the first option. The second option is, yes, you participated in a Strong Minds challenge, which you also would have done at the state games. Or if you just haven't heard of it, that's okay. Just hit no. And why did you come to Virtual Strong Minds? Well, why did you come today? Did you get encouraged by your coach? Or were you feeling stressed? Did you just want to know more, or other? You know, it's okay to hit other, because I know a lot of you may not have realized that this super special event was going to be happening today. Awesome. Great. And then once you finish, just get to the bottom and hit submit. And then we're done. And we're going to do another one of these. It'll be asking a lot of similar questions, not all the same, right after we finish. And remember, you don't have to, but we would really like you to fill these out with us. They help us get a better idea of how y'all are feeling, and of how we can help tailor some of these virtual programs to you. And now, if y'all don't mind, without any further ado, I would like to hand it off to our amazing clinical director, Dr. Sue. Thank you, Dr. Sue.
You're welcome. Hello, everybody. I can't see you, but I saw you when you were exercising, and it sure looked like you were all doing a great job. I think I might have met some of you last time we did the Strong Minds over at the state games. But today we're going to do it a little differently, and it's mainly going to be me speaking to you, and we're going to review some of the tips for keeping a strong mind and tips for working with stress, with your stress. So on this first slide, we have tips for keeping a strong mind. And there are several of them. And the first one is connecting with others. And that would be like if you text, call, or video chat with your teammates or friends or coaches, things like that. Getting 8 hours of sleep and avoiding caffeine or using technology before bedtime. Staying active, exercising about 30 minutes a day, eating healthy foods, and then using some of the strong mind strategies that we're going to discuss today. And if you're still feeling stressed and not so good, you might want to ask to talk to your medical provider if you're really feeling overwhelmed with your life. And right now, we do have a time. I can't see a show of hands, but we're in the midst of happy times. We're having Thanksgiving, but we're having it within a time where we have this disease going around our world, the COVID. And we were wondering how you were doing, and if you are you thinking about anyone who's very sick right now? There may be some things you can do if it stresses you, or things you could do and reach out for those people. So the first strategy we're going to talk about is using a stress ball or a squeeze ball, a stress ball, or anything. This is a cloth you can squeeze up and clench, either on a ball or a cloth. And we squeeze the ball for 3 seconds, and then we release the ball and let our hands go out. We hold it 1, 2, 3, then we let it go out. And we try to do 5 to 10 of these in 1 minute. And it's just something you can keep in your gym bag, by your nightstand, or anywhere where you need to reduce some stress if your mind is thinking or your body feels stressed. The second strategy for stress we're going to talk about is called strong messaging. And it's about what you can think or do to calm yourself down. And Walker mentioned possibly a lot of people like to listen to their favorite music. And I've made playlists with some of you who came to Healthy Athletes. On an index card, you had your playlist, or you made it on your iPod, or on cards you drew things you could say to yourself to give yourself good messages, like I can do this, I can take this slow, I can finish this, just do this. Just many things you could say or draw inspiration from different places that might help you kind of give a pep talk to yourself and help you feel better. The third one is strong supporting. And other people can be really helpful to us when we're feeling stressed or upset. And talking to people that you trust can help, like your friends and family. And in addition to looking for support when we're stressed, we can also find other people who are feeling stressed or sick, or when you see your teammate didn't do as well as they wanted. You can think of things you could say to somebody when they're feeling down, or you could write them a note or give them a call or pat them on the back, not right now, but things you could do in the future. And when we were at the State Olympics, we had bands we gave out, and on the inside of the band you wrote somebody's name who you wanted to give support to. And then you also wrote on the other part of the band someone that you would go to if you needed support and were feeling really down. So you could remember when you're feeling that way to look at it on who you could go contact. If you don't have that, you could write it right on your paper today. So then you'll remind yourself, if you are feeling down today, who you could talk to about your feelings. Okay, so did I miss? Oh, strong breathing is next. And on strong breathing, we have a pinwheel Or we say you could pretend like you're smelling a flower and then blowing out. So you smell and then you blow. And again, you'll try to do that for a few seconds, and you'll go in, 2, 3, out. And when we breathe, if you can breathe in your nose, if you have a cold, you'll just breathe through your mouth. And if you can get it to your chest, the breath, and then blow out, that's great. And if you can get it down even lower, down into your pico, your stomach area, that's even, you can get more air in. So you breathe in, try it, and then out. If you have a pinwheel, that's great, but you don't really need one. You can just pretend and do deep breathing. So next, what we're going to do, lastly, is called strong stretching. And stretching can help your body feel more relaxed and calm. And I want you to just think, some people tend to hold their stress in different places. Like some people, they get headaches. Some people, it's in their neck or their back or their stomach. And that can be different places where we hold stress. And by doing these activities, the breathing, and now we're going to show you stretching, how stretching could relieve stress that you have in your body to help it feel more relaxed and calm. We're going to try a few different simple stretches or yoga positions, but remember, start slowly and gently, and if you can't do all of them that is going to be demonstrated, that's fine as well. So here we go. We're going to do the seated side stretch, the butterfly stretch, and the seated forward bend.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Sue. So, as you can tell, I have moved places so that I can demonstrate these stretches for us. And as a lot of you will notice, these stretches are very similar, or perhaps the same as some of the stretches that we have done in yoga, right? So we're going to try to remember back all the way to the last time we had yoga and try to combine that with these strong mind exercises and tools that Dr. Sue has showed us. So the first one is the seated side stretch. So we're going to want to find a nice place to sit. Just find some space on the floor, that's okay. If you have a mat, that's awesome, but you don't necessarily need one. They can be done outside on the ground. You're going to want to sit with your legs perhaps crossed or however you can so that you're sitting upright and straight with your shoulders back and your core slightly engaged just to hold yourself up. And then you're going to want to stretch over to one side as you reach your arm over your head, and you're going to want to try to feel a pull over on the side of your arm, on the side of your body of the arm that is going over your head. And you're just going to want to stretch and combine this with your strong breathing. So as you start your stretch, you'll take a breath in, and then as you lean over, breathe out slowly. So awesome. And just kind of sit there and sit in this stretch. Feel it. And you can start to maybe feel the stress leaving your body as your muscles get looser and you start to feel more limber, right? And after we've done this for a little while, we're going to want to switch sides. So take your arm back slowly. Don't do anything too quickly. Take a breath in. Raise your arm over and slowly breathe out as you stretch. And if you're having trouble maintaining balance here, you can prop yourself up on your other hand. You don't have to have it across your body or on your lap. That's okay. Because the goal is to just feel the stretch here and breathe out your stress. So slowly in and out. Good. Awesome. Now that we've worked a little bit on our back, we're going to work on our butterfly stretch, right? So you're going to want to get in your seated position. Position your feet together if you can, just like this, so that your legs are making the shape of butterfly wings, right? We don't want to flap them, as fun as that may be, but it's a nice way to be sure that you are in the right starting position. So for this one, we're going to want to lean over and try to stretch out our back again, as well as our legs slowly, and just hold it there and let your body loosen itself out and lengthen itself. So your feet or your ankles will be pulling your arms forward. You'll be stretching out your back, pulling your shoulders into place, and just breathe out and hold this. Good job. Good. And remember, it's very important to sit in your stretches. This is how we get the most stress out of our bodies. Okay, great job, everybody. Thank you all for listening. And I'm going to toss it back to Sue.
Okay, great. Thank you. The final thing we're going to do today is think about what we just talked about with you and what you might want to work on and when from what you learned today. We do this at the Strong Minds at the States as well, so that you leave. We gave you a lot of information, but for your particular situation and how you live, where you might want to use your favorite strategy that we did today. You don't have to pick all of them. It could be the stress ball, strong messages, breathing, stretching, or supporting. And so you might want to circle or write down which one of those 5 you would like to remember to work on and when you would use it and who might help you. So what I learned from talking with a lot of you, that sometimes you get stressed during an event or before an event, and or somebody says something to you that was mean, or someone told you you had to do something a certain way, or that you weren't going to get to be first to be at bat or to lift, or something like that. And think of the situations that make you not feel so good, and then pick a strategy that you think you could do then. And maybe if you have a stress ball or a washcloth that you could keep in your athletic bag, or keep by your bed, or wherever you might be stressed if you work or whatever. A lot of people said they were most stressed when they had to go to a doctor's office or a dentist. So then you might think of some music or a stress ball you could use the night before. Take it with you and give yourself good messages, maybe put a playlist on, something like that you could do. So think about your individual situation and what you might need to do, or which strategy you would use. And then who you might go to for help if you were really stressed or depressed or anxious. So thank you very much for the opportunity to talk to you today. And I hope you have a great Thanksgiving and a wonderful evening tonight. Goodbye. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Sue. We greatly appreciate it. Now I want all of us to briefly run through the post survey. It's very, very similar to the one that we did at the very beginning. We're going to drop it into the chat quickly. And so what you can do is just click the link in the chat that's going to pop up here in a moment. Right there. Diana has posted it for us. and we'll run through this survey. A lot of the questions will seem similar or the same as the last survey we did. So the first question will be your name. For the example, we'll go ahead and put in my name, your first name. Second is your last name. So whatever your last name is, for me, it's Rousey. We're going to skip the date of birth question, go straight to gender. And for me, that's male. But if you are a girl, you can put female, however you identify. Next, we are going to put for the Special Olympic program, Hawaii, right? We are in Hawaii. This is Special Olympics Hawaii. Just go ahead and type in Hawaii. That's Hawaii. The next question is, how are you feeling right now? And if you're feeling great after doing all that stretching, then go ahead and put great. Feeling good? Put good. Go on down to okay, put okay. And if you're feeling not so good or you don't know, you can click those boxes. So the next one is asking, what strategies did you learn today? And so when you click it, it's going to create a little drop-down menu for you. It's going to create a little drop-down menu for you. And you can choose whichever of these you learned today and figured out. So I know we talked about stress balls. We talked about deep breathing. We talked about stretching. We talked about using a support system. So we actually talked about all those things, right? Dr. Sue was great and went over so many topics with us. So would you, if you would use any of those strategies you learned in you learned today, go ahead and click yes. If you're not sure that you're going to use them, you can click don't know. Or if you're not feeling great about them, you can go ahead and click no. It's up to you, right? So the next question is going to ask you, what strategies would you use in the future? And so if you would have used any of those strategies in the future, click whichever ones you think you'll use. I know for sure I'll be using positive thoughts, deep breathing, and stretching. Those are my go-tos. In fact, I'll probably use all of them, but I know I'll use those 3. For the next question, who is someone who can support you in practicing strong minds? Well, that's asking who you can lean on, right? So is it your friend? Is it a family member? Maybe one of your Special Olympics coaches or a teammate? Or if it's someone else, you can hit other. We should all have at least someone, at least one person that we can go to and lean on when we need a little bit of help, right? So how would you describe your experiences with online Strong Minds today? If you didn't like it, you can go ahead and click bad. That's okay, no hard feelings. If it wasn't great, but it was still passable, you can hit not good. If it was just okay, hit okay. And if you thought we did well, hit good. If you thought we did great, which, you know, I do, but also I have a little bit of a biased opinion, you can go ahead and click great. And or if you're not sure, you can click I don't know. And then our last question is, would you recommend online Strong Minds to your fellow athletes? And that's asking if you think other athletes that weren't here today would benefit from this. Do you think other people may enjoy it? If you think so, hit yes. If you think no, hit no. And if you're not sure, you can hit I don't know. And as soon as you get to the bottom and you have checked out all of these questions, you can hit the big blue submit button at the bottom. Awesome. So actually, Diana, you can go ahead and hit submit there. Just like that. And then this processing submission screen will pop up and you'll see this if you've done it all correctly. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank all of you so much for coming to today's very special virtual Strong Minds event. We hope to be having similar events like this in the future. As always, if you want to submit your bingo cards, please contact me, Walker, at ha@sohawaii.org to arrange a time to come pick up all your incentives for completing those bingo cards. This is the last week of this bingo card, so we're going to give you a little bit of time to submit those and arrange a time to pick them up. But hurry up, finish off checking those boxes, and email me. And then, of course, have a happy Thanksgiving, and see you next Tuesday for our fitness challenge. The ID for that is 995-9692-0534, and that's Tuesday, December 1st at 2 p.m. It's a whole week away, but we really, really hope to see you there. Awesome. And now all of you can enjoy your talk story time.